It all started with a dream of discovering the world together as a family. Early one morning, bags were packed, little shoes were tied, and excitement danced in every eye. Their journey began from a cozy home in the UK, where the sun had barely risen, and the sky was painted with soft shades of blue and orange. The family loaded into their car and headed to the airport, laughter echoing as the youngest pointed at every airplane in the sky, guessing where it might be going. As they arrived at Troy Airport, the thrill of travel truly kicked in. The children ran towards the big windows, staring at the airplanes preparing for takeoff. The father explained how jets work, while the mother captured every moment on camera. They checked in, passed through security, and finally walked down the long corridor toward their gate, where a massive aircraft stood waiting, ready to carry them into the sky. The engines roared to life, and as the plane soared above the clouds, the world below became a patchwork of cities and rivers. Hours passed, and soon the flight touched down in Brazil's Sam Airport. The air was warmer, thicker, alive with energy. They stepped out, greeted by palm trees and the distant sound of music and waves. But this was not their final stop. With backpacks slung over their shoulders and maps in hand, the family boarded a smaller plane, this time flying deeper into the heart of Brazil. Their destination, the edge of the legendary Amazon jungle. When the aircraft finally landed on a vintage, unpaved airstrip surrounded by thick forest, a local guide welcomed them with a warm smile and a jeep. From there, the true adventure began. The jungle was alive. Birds of colors they had never seen before soared above. Monkeys swung from tree to tree, playfully mimicking the kids' movements. As they moved deeper, the family marveled at ancient trees that reached toward the sky, their roots tangled like puzzles on the forest floor. The father held his son's hand tightly as they crossed a rope bridge over a crystal-clear stream, while the mother whispered tales about the spirits of the Amazon. Suddenly, the guide stopped. There, just beyond a curtain of hanging vines, stood a magnificent sight, an old abandoned airplane from decades past, half covered in moss and vines. The children gasped. It was like stepping into a forgotten piece of history. They climbed gently onto its wing, sat for photos, and imagined the stories of those who had once flown through these skies. As night approached, they set up camp near a wide river that glowed under the moonlight. The family sat around a small fire, sharing stories and toasting marshmallows. Across the river, the glimmer of animal eyes reflected in the dark, reminding them that they were truly guests in nature's kingdom. Fireflies danced around them like floating stars, and the sounds of frogs and insects formed a rhythmic lullaby. And then came the moment no one expected. From behind the trees, they saw a mysterious shimmer. Walking closer, they discovered a natural pool, glowing blue beneath the moon. The water was clear, cool, and alive with tiny glowing creatures. The children dipped their feet in, laughing, while the parents embraced quietly, feeling the magic of a moment so pure, so untouched by the world. The Amazon had given them a memory no photo could truly capture. As dawn broke the next day, the family made their way back through the jungle, their hearts full and spirits awakened. The journey home began, but something had changed. They had not just traveled, they had discovered. Not just places, but a deeper love for nature, for adventure, and for each other. And as the plane took off one final time, heading back to their home in the UK, the youngest whispered, "Can we go again?" The parents smiled, knowing this was only the beginning of many more journeys to come.